The word order today cannot be defined by a single hegemon or ideology, and it is, in my view, increasingly becoming multipolar and contested, and also interdependent, where emerging powers like India is playing a very significant role. And especially the post-Cold War, unipolar moment that was dominated by the United States is now giving way to other powers like China, India, European Union, and other regional actors, which are asserting greater influence, and also they are reshaping global norms and institutions. So this is a very defining moment, and among the rising powers, I think China's assertive economic and military stance, especially that is very important, and that has also triggered strategic realignment like Quad, like Greater Indo-US Cooperation, etc. Further, I think the new actor in this scenario is the role of the artificial intelligence that has emerged as a significant player in shaping national and global security dynamics. Um, Further, there's also fragmentation of traditional institutions like United Nations, WTO, WHO, which are under stress, and there are a lot of questions being raised relating to their legitimacy, effectiveness, their fairness, and the emerging powers. They are also looking for alternatives and reforms. Now, another and in this, the role of technology has become very important, both as a tool of development and also as area of conflict. Further, if you see the geopolitical scenario, there are a lot of conflicts going on in Ukraine, West Asia, East Asia. So that has resulted in a kind of realignment of alliances. So, which is a very important change that you will find. Furthermore, the global south, including India, is playing a very active role in shaping peace through dialogue. However, I would say that there's a growing skepticism, related to the West-led models, development models, and now the emerging powers. They are looking for more plural, equitable, and decentralized model of governance. So, in more recent years, challenges like climate change, pandemic, terrorism, they have increased, the non-traditional threats to national security, where global cooperation has become very important. And in the inaugural session, I missed the lecture by Shanti Shiji, but the KG Sureshji pointed out about some of these issues. So in this evolving global order, world order, I think India has a very important role and important voice for global South, advocating for multilateral reforms, development, strategic autonomy, etc. And India's leadership is in forums like G-20, BRICS, and also is very important, and is playing a more proactive taking a more proactive global stance. So in a world which is shaped by complex interdependence, I think national security is not just about protecting our borders, as KG Sureshji also talked about. It's also about cyber resilience. It's about food security. It's about energy security. It's about climate change. It's about public health, etc. And we saw this pandemic, COVID-19, and increasing geopolitical flux from Indo-Pacific to the West Asia. That has reinforced, us to think about national security in a more holistic way. And as world's largest federal democracy, I think India is a rising economic power, and India's voice and role is becoming very important in shaping security discourse, which is rooted in peace, cooperation, and resilience. So we have made significant, achievements in protecting our borders and strengthening our strategic partnership, and also working on indigenous capabilities. And the speakers in the morning session talked about various schemes of the government, welfare schemes of the government, and Make in India, Startup India, and other initiatives. But I think equally important is securing economic and technological and also social foundations of our country. But Greater prospects calls for deeper commitments. Our aspirations to become a developed nation by 2047, Viksit Bharat, I think that must rest on a national security vision that is united, forward looking, and inclusive. So, this means not just strengthening military capabilities. Of course, it has become very important after the Pahalgaon, this terror attack, but also our institutions. There's need to strengthen our institutions, have long term vision, and also work together for national unity. And I'm sure this conference will reflect upon these themes over next 2 days, and you will reflect not only on what we must protect, but the India we aim to build, and how national security can help us get there. So I think with these words, I welcome you again to this first plenary session, and thanks again for inviting me. And we have a very eminent panel of experts for this discussion. So I invite our first speaker, Kian Srivastava ji. Yeah.